Welcome! Thank you for taking the time to view this presentation on the Metropolitan Council Environmental Services Grass Lake Sewer Relocation Project. The purpose of this video is to share information about the project's purpose, need, benefits, and impacts. You can also attend the public meeting on July 16 from 5 to 7 p.m. There will be a formal presentation at 5:30 going over this same information. We encourage you to submit questions and comments ahead of time via the project email or hotline. In this video, we will share background information on Metropolitan Council Environmental Services and the wastewater system in general. Then we'll dive into the details of this project, including the need for these improvements, benefits, restoration, and timing. We'll begin by providing a brief overview of the regional wastewater system managed by Metropolitan Council Environmental Services, which is an operating division of the Metropolitan Council. The Met Council wastewater collection system consists of approximately 634 miles of regional sanitary sewers, 60 lift stations, and 190 meter stations, serving urban and suburban areas across the 7-county Twin Cities metropolitan area. These intercept wastewater from 111 cities and townships, directing it to 9 regional treatment plants, which are identified on the map. Met Council treats approximately 250 million gallons of wastewater daily at these plants, which discharge clean water into the Mississippi, Minnesota, and St. Croix rivers. Met Council focuses on wastewater collection and treatment, while local communities manage drinking water and stormwater treatment. Every time we flush a toilet, take a shower, or do laundry, the used water, called wastewater, flows through a network of underground pipes. These pipes connect homes and businesses to larger sewer mains, which carry the flow to a central treatment facility to be cleaned and released back into the environment. But it's not just wastewater that enters the system. Rainwater and groundwater can also seep in through cracks or illegal connections, a problem known as inflow and infiltration. This extra water can overwhelm the system, leading to backups and higher treatment costs. Inflow and infiltration are one of the main reasons sewer repairs are needed. The Grass Lake Sewer Relocation Project is located in the Vadnais-Snail Lakes Regional Park on the east side of Grass Lake between Highway 694 and Gramsey Road. We plan to install a new sanitary sewer east of the existing sewer. A new trail will also be installed in partnership with Ramsey County Parks and Recreation to provide maintenance access to the new sewer. A dedicated cross-country ski trail will also be constructed adjacent to this trail. Grass Lake water levels are variable but have been rising over the last few decades. As shown in this photo, the high water levels have impacted the park in a variety of ways, including the closure of the trail underpass at Gramsey Road. Additionally, Gramsey Road and Rice Street have been closed multiple times due to flooding. The high water levels also flood over 3,000 feet of sanitary sewer, resulting in the sewer being inaccessible for emergency conditions or general maintenance. The high water levels also create a risk that the lake may drain into the sewer pipe. There is also a risk of damage to the natural environment. This video is another example of the high water level conditions, where the lake and even fish are flowing over the trail, which is near the existing sewer. On the previous slides, we shared photos of how flooding has impacted the park. These photos show the direct impacts the flooded conditions have on sanitary sewer access, where the lake level is several inches higher than the maintenance hole lids. This project will install 4,700 feet of new sanitary sewer and maintenance holes at a higher elevation. Relocating the sewer to higher ground significantly reduces the risk of the lake draining into the sewer. In addition, Met Council maintenance crews will have reliable access to the sewer, and the risk of environmental impacts to Grass Lake and the surrounding area will be much lower. As part of this project, the existing trail will be removed and a new paved trail will be constructed next to the new sanitary sewer. The trail will provide Met Council access to the sanitary sewer. It will also be wider than the existing trail, providing more room for the various trail users. To help the environment, the paved trail will be constructed with a material that allows rainwater to infiltrate through the pavement. Ramsey County has successfully used this material in several parks in their system. In addition, a cross-country ski trail will be constructed next to the paved trail. Here you are seeing a construction diagram showing the construction area and how the area's size is determined. This is necessary to keep construction workers safe. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, also known as OSHA, has requirements on trench design to ensure the crews working on construction projects can go home at the end of their day. This project will follow OSHA standards, and the construction limits will accommodate trench width, access routes, and staging areas for the construction material and equipment. The project construction limits are shown as a dark blue line on this drawing. As discussed on the previous slide, these construction limits were determined to meet OSHA requirements. Disturbances and site clearings will be limited to areas within the construction limits. Trees within the construction limits have been assessed and tagged, but not all tagged trees will be removed. The remaining trees within the construction limits will be protected. Later in this video, we will share Ramsey County's plans for restoration of the park after the sanitary sewer work is complete. Safety is the #1 priority for the construction workers and for the public. To protect the public, the trail along Grass Lake and a portion of Ramsey Road will be temporarily closed during construction. We understand this is a valuable resource for the community, but we must keep everyone safe during the construction of this project. More information about construction impacts, such as trail closures, will be shared at a future meeting prior to construction. During the design phase of this project, we've been working with various regulatory agencies in obtaining required permits and approvals. Agencies include Ramsey County Parks and Recreation, Ramsey Washington Metro Watershed District, City of Shoreview, Department of Natural Resources, United States Army Corps of Engineers, Minnesota Department of Transportation, Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, the Railroad, and St. Paul Water Utility. This ongoing agency coordination and partnership is vital to the success of this project. The Vadnais Snail Lakes Regional Park spans over 1,000 acres, with the Grass Lake area comprising 271 acres. The landscape includes open water, wetlands, and more than 40 acres of oak woodlands situated on both the east and west sides of Grass Lake. The sewer project will impact approximately 10 acres of oak woodlands on the east side of the lake, but will avoid the 30-plus acres of old-growth oak woods on the west side. Both woodland sections have undergone past restoration efforts, including buckthorn removal, native seeding, and tree plantings. These same restoration practices will be implemented in the affected area to restore the site as high-quality wildlife habitat. Over the past decade, Ramsey County Parks and Recreation Natural Resources staff have restored more than 2,000 acres of natural parkland across our 7,000-acre park system. Their team also has experience restoring areas affected by utility work, like the site involved in this project. Restoration efforts will begin with a detailed plan, now in development, followed by planting and habitat work once construction is finished, and continued maintenance in the years to come. The plan includes seeding with native grasses and wildflowers suited to the area's soil and moisture conditions, from wetlands to uplands. Oak trees will also be replanted, primarily from seedlings, along with some container-grown trees. While full restoration will take several years, we are confident that with a strong plan and diligent restoration practices, the area will be successfully restored, supporting both recreational use and quality wildlife habitat. We are currently nearing the end of the design phase for the Grass Lake Sewer Relocation project. Construction is planned to begin in spring 2026, and restoration will begin once construction is completed in fall 2027. Another public meeting will be held prior to construction starting to share detailed information on impacts and timing. If you're watching this presentation prior to the July 16th open house, we encourage you to send in your questions now by sending us an email or calling the hotline. We will answer your questions during the Q&A session at the open house and share them on the project website following the meeting. Thank you for watching this presentation. For more information or to sign up for project updates, visit grasslakesewer.com.